What's good, yo? Oh, snap. What's happening, man? Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Let's go, man. Let's go. We got a lot of stuff going on up here, right? Get the numbers up, hit this button on the way in. We'll talk about something real deep. I'm gonna try to make it, I'm gonna try to get to my point more faster because I don't know if this thing is gonna cut off. I don't know what's going on. You heard? I told you I got UFOs all over the place, you heard? For real, son. Shit crazy. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give I'm gonna reiterate. I'm gonna give my response for the Queenzflip, separation, whatever that everybody claimed that he did. Was he was the cause of us going at each other, bickering and biting and things of that nature, right? We're gonna get into that. But let's first start off and say this. Everyone know what the Justice League is, right? Justice League is four people or 4 or 5 superheroes that's comprised of their own power. They own power. Now, you got to understand something. Children, adults, nerds, they like this type of power. But they like certain type of individual powers. That's what the Justice League is about. Because this is what I think you can compare the OGs. The New York City OGs in New York is the Justice League. And we got our own different powers that people relate to on their own. Only on their own. So you can't make a kid go to a store and be like, you got to pick this one. But that's not a superhero, you heard? No, he wants Spider-Man. Or he wants Captain America. Y'all with me? Y'all with me on this one? Y'all with me on this one? You really with me on this one? Each and one of us as an OG have a different type of energy. And it comprised of people that only relates to that type of energy is that we are afforded to be loved, to be respected, to be wanted, to be hugged. you know, they say that some people hate the way other people love you. And one of the things that I always been so different about since I became the blood is that I only relate to real things, real people, real energy, real everything. I don't care if he was blood, and if he was blood, and if he was real. If I don't care if he was blood, and if he was not real, I don't relate to that. I'm not gonna choose a not real blood over someone who's not blood that's real. That's out of my question. That's out of here. I didn't do it back then. I won't do it now. So my thing is this, right? I understand that Stack Stone came up with the idea of doing the Chronicles or whatever the case may be. He's been doing it before we came out of our shell. Everybody was in a nutshell. Everybody was in a nutshell before, Stack Stone been out talking on MTV Rec, that dude, or whatever the case may be. I'm talking about the situation with that. But, when he was doing his chronicles, and it was, when he was doing his blood chronicles and, sharing his story about what was going on, I don't know if he mentioned us or he didn't mention us at all. I don't know if he was, he wasn't too sure about or confident about, his statuses or what he was doing. I think he didn't want to let it go out too much. I don't understand what the concept that was. But I must say this. I must say this that, I'm gonna talk about the situation as far as, how the bickering, how the energy changed amongst us, and we tried to say that it was everybody. And I read a lot of comments for the past few months, almost a year. Flip is the one who started this. Flip is the one who's. It's not Flip. It's a journal. He's a journalist. Like, he's not blood, but he has the right to pick and choose who he want. He has the right to pick and choose who he is set. Now, a lot of these dudes, I don't know if, in fact, they may have been envy, jealousy, greediness. This is something that they got to explain. That's their story, you heard? But what I feel, you know what I'm saying? I felt that, I wasn't expecting to be such gravitated to when I got up on the Flip show and I told my story. I wasn't expecting for Flip to be like, yo, we got to do this. We got to do that. I wasn't expecting that. My story came amongst Soul B when he talked about a certain story, and I was the biggest part of it more than he was. That's what I was angry about. That's what I was very angry about. I was the biggest part of a story he told that he didn't really want to tell. So I got tight. I got very angry because I was a big part of that. Start a whole new revolution. I changed a whole new dynamics in the prison system because of me. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And when Queenzflip found out that it was really the truth, because he heard it from Soul B himself, that I changed the dynamics in the prison system as far as war on police or anything, that was me. That was me. Who initiated it, who engaged in it. People lost their lives. So that was me. And I stand 10 toes down on it. That was my only. Now, whatever happened after that, with other OGs coming up, wanting to tell a story, it wasn't as vague, and it wasn't as strong. It wasn't detailed in a way that someone or these people would expect for it to feel, and to accept it. And it just went away. I'm not the one to judge because I don't know what these dudes talk about as far as what their relationship was, how they was, what they did in their struggles of being the blood, becoming an OG of the Bloods. But we know you got to understand something, that first you was a blood before you was an OG. So what you went through is a blood is what solidifies you as an OG. And the stories don't match up for you as a blood when you became an OG. So this is where the problem comes in at, and this is where a lot of dysfunction coming at, because there was a lot of things that dudes did was a blood that wasn't accepted as an OG. But okay, I'm not the one to. I'm not the one. I'm not the one to tell another man's story. Only thing I can do is tell my story. What I think about Queenzflip is that I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if Queenzflip get mad. Queenzflip is a kid who saw the movie Justice League. He liked the one character, and he didn't care about the other characters. This was his favorite character. And he went to the store. He told his mom, I want this certain character. I want this Marvel character, you heard? And that was it. Now, I'm not granting everybody. I'm not talking to everybody. This is what I think. But a lot of things came into place when he did that and chose that and took me home from the toy store, you heard? So he took me home, and all the rest of the dudes on the shelf was like, what the fuck? Yo, what happened? I don't know. I'm gonna start a lot of shit. I'm starting a lot of shit behind this. I'm gonna start a lot of shit behind it, Europe. But I'm ready for it, Europe. Fuck out of here. But yo, this one. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about the laws of human nature, and I'm gonna tell you something what happened with me. Because I seen videos of dudes that made video. Oh, KK flipped on the Bloods because he bought him an iPhone. As you, your rabbit ass, man, that sounds so far fetched. I hate iPhones to this day. I don't even like this one I got now. Flip got, because I think Flip could see everything that's going on around me. It can hear. So I don't even like it. I was trying to get a 12 yesterday, but I got to wait till Thursday because somebody went in my account or my wife's account and they tore it up or whatever they did. They did something with the number. Somebody tried to rig her and we couldn't get into the phone. But my thing is this. My thing is this. My thing is this. This had nothing to do with phones. I never asked Flip for anything. I never even thought or even imagined that Flip would have gravitated to me the way he did after the Flip show. And he got Soul B, he got Nuke, he got me, he got who else? Me, Soul B, Nuke. He got somebody else. You know what I mean? He got a few people, you heard, that he gravitates to. But even so, sometimes Soul B, sometimes Nuke, even them, they still feel, like what? Nuke. Yo, why y'all leaving me out? Soul B said, why you leaving me out? We cannot, they're just playing, but we cannot try to determine who's gonna like who's more. We can't determine that. You can't not, no way, feel as if though someone have to accept you because of who you are. They may not like that who you are. They might like what they want you to be, or what they can learn from you, or what they can see in you that they feel comfortable with. People have to be comfortable with your character. People have to be comfortable with your energy. If your energy is tricky, or if your energy is conniving or is deceptive, they're gonna understand that type of energy, and so far they're not gonna give you the all, even if they want to, but they're not. I'm an individual, I assume, that people gravitate to. And I'm talking about, I got nerds, I got white boys. I got white boys who love me more than niggas do, you heard? Like, I got white boys that love me. And they not in the street, they not in the game, they gamers, you heard? They play PlayStation, PS5, they on the computer, boom, boom. You know what I mean? I got people from countries, from Ireland that hits me. I don't know what it is. Now, I do know what it is. I have a gravitated gift. I have a character that people could feel comfortable about talking about their problems to me without me judging them. This is the type of character that you have to have with someone that you want to be not judgmental. I'm not, I don't know the other guy's story, but the story, the only thing let me tell you something. Only thing I could figure out about other people's story is this. And I'm talking about the other OGs. They got their own story. Mel Cross got his own story. CK got his own story. Wildcat got his own story. And, a lot of their stories is their stories. And I'm going to say that again. I don't know their stories. I may have heard of their stories. And I'm going to tell you something. The only one I can relate to closely and honestly to say, their story is Wildcat. You heard? I've been around Wildcat. We did things together. We did, regardless of what we go through, but still, that's It's a different type of energy besides being in prison to come onto the streets and see these different type of characters that we didn't know exist in them until we was out in the free world to what? Closely examine each other more of our life, our living, our current conditions, our living, our relationship with others is different. And what it meant that when we was out in this world, our relationship with others, how we react, what was our demeanor, what was our character. It's different when you're in the street. Then you get to see the real characters of people, the flaws, the weaknesses, the strength. Now we get to see all of this because remember, this in the streets more, you have family, you have children. It's a way of living. So everything coexists in a different way to where it's that, okay, we no longer in jail because only in jail that we fought for one thing and we moved for one right, right? So we didn't get a chance to see the family, the love, and we had to be on beast mode. While we on beast mode, we had to, listen, while on beast mode, we had to literally forget about the streets, the love, the emotions. So it's the one who's the most terrorist one, the one who's the most feared one, is what we had to instill in others for us to keep winning. So that was different. Different movement in jail than in the street. Now, but when you come to the street, you get to see the New York City OGs get to see each other in natural form. When I say natural form, human nature. The nature of us to live in a world amongst millions of people without being violent, without being structured. This is different. But our mentality is still there. My mentality is still there. I don't know. My mentality is still there that I'm not too far from prison because some of the rules and regulations in prison help me what? Help me promote a lot of my intelligence in the street. So therefore, you still had to figure out that these dudes that was locked up with you in prison, that you still had to still be on mental warfare as far as with their characteristics too. Because we only know that what they know and what they know about us. So it's always on edge. Because we're going to keep hearing stories eventually over and over from each other. Like, yeah, the only stories we can share is what we did in jail. Now, let's hear some stories. Let's hear some stories that we did in the street. Now, this is where it comes in at. The streets. What we was doing in the streets. What is our connection to the world in the streets? What our living being is. What our life is. Cab doing boxing, teaching the kids, you heard? Got a wife, got a kids, you know, he doing what he do. You know, CK doing his construction, whatever he doing his music, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Cross doing construction, boom, boom. Stack Stone helping out the elderly people, the handicapped, doom, you heard. You know, Wildcat, you know, was working in a, you know, supermarket, you heard, apron, you know, throwing avocados at people. I don't know what the fuck. We all had a different life. We all went crazy. We all did our, you know. So now, this is my thing. And you know what? And I'm going to tell you something. Flip, I remember when I got up on it and, you know, Flip went crazy. He's like, oh, wow. So, you know, Flip wanted to do the joint with CK. And I told Flip, I said, yo, I'm coming up. And Flip was like, no. Don't come up, KK. You already did your thing. Let them dudes do their chance. But it wasn't because of that. I'm going to get that straight because I never said nothing. But I knew for a fact that it was going to be something if I wasn't going to be there. That's why I came. But Flip, he wasn't expecting what I was thinking. You know, I said, nah, I'm going up. Because he said, I don't want you to come up. Let them niggas come up. You already came up, KK. You did your thing. I said, yeah. But, you know, I was on the phone when I said, nah, I'm still coming up. I just be on the side. Just put me on the side. because I wanted to be there to watch. I wanted to be there to also see, because especially when, before we got there, everybody was under the influence. Not me per se. I mean, I had a little something, but I was always on point. I was like, so I was just sipping, spilling on the floor. I ain't trying to get too drunk. I gotta watch all these dudes, you heard? I had to watch every last one of these dudes. Because that day we went to BB, we went to Jack Frost. We did Jack Frost. And then, but let's go back. CK calls me. First time I see CK since I've been home. First time I seen CK. And then the first time me and CK seen Wildcat. That same day. First time I seen Mel Cross. You heard? The first time I saw Stack Stone after he came home. So this is like the Justice League, like all over again. I'm in the house after I did the flip. CK called me, yo, I'm coming to get you. We're gonna go to Frost. All right. And then you say, I'm like, all right, but we're gonna go pick up Wildcat because he's gonna be at this train station, so we're gonna pick him up. He said, all right. That's gonna be the first time that everyone saw each other for the first day. The first time. So my thing was this. CK came and got me in the Bronx, jumped in the car, hug, squeeze, threw a couple of jabs, ping, you heard? We took off riding, right? Now we gotta go pick up Wildcat. So we come all the way to Brooklyn, to Broadway Junction, pick up Wildcat, you heard? He picks up. First time we see him. First time I see CK. First time me and CK saw him. He saw us for the first. Everybody saw each other for the first time after 20-something years. Then we go. How it went? We go. Oh, we go to the Jack Frost and meet. We go to Jack Frost. We go back to Midtown, right? We go to Midtown and see Jack Frost at the Google store. And this is the first time I initiated and saw Mel Cross for the first time. You heard? The brother. So now I see Mel Cross, respect, love, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So we all go in and, we all do our thing as far as, telling our story and things of that nature on the Jack Frost show. So, we had fun, we ate, boom, boom. So CK was like, yo, we got to go to Flip later on tonight. I said, oh, word. Yeah, that's a fact. So we had a lot of time. We had too much time between 3 o'clock to 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I said to myself, I'm definitely going, because now this is first time together. And, and Wildcat, he wanted to get drunk. He wanted to smoke weed. So, everybody did this whole thing about, all right, let's go get a bottle. Let's go get this and that. And me and CK put in money together for bottles, you heard? And I barely drunk. I didn't really drink. But, we did that, and everybody started getting saucy. Everybody started getting saucy. And I saw it, and I told CK. This was like 8, 9 o'clock. We was about to go. Jack Frost, they said, they called Flip, said, yo, you mind if Jack Frost come along with us? I said, yeah, you come too, you heard? I said, yeah, I'm definitely going. Because I knew for a fact it wasn't going to turn out right. So CK told me, yo, you know who else coming? I was like, nah, who else? Stack Stone. I said, Stack Stone? I said, why you want Stack Stone to come? But for what reason? I mean, he's a, he an OG, but he, he wasn't like, he got his own story. I knew that was going to be a conflict of interest. I said, why? And we drunk. I was like, why Stack Stone? Come on, homie. Nah, don't do that. Nah. Quill said he was good. He was all right. I said, oh, all right, word. He was all right. I don't know. I called Quill right after this incident happened between him and, I said, yo, Quill, you said, no, I ain't tell him that I said he all right. I'm all right. But anyway, this is where conflict of interest started. And I said, and I'm telling you, Queenzflip did not want me to come up there. And I said, nah, I'm going. I had to go because I knew it was gonna be something. I knew it. I felt it. So now We go up there. On our way up there, we all get in the car. We all get in the car. No more than 2 blocks, we get pulled over. Now we get pulled over by the D's. And I'm like, oh, we drunk. I got a night. So I'm like, yo, what the? So they like, yeah, everybody get out the car. So they act like, I don't know what happened, but they had me, the police had me tied, started wild on the police, right? I started wild on the police because they had everybody sit against the back of the car. They told me, like I was a little nigga, like, you sit on the side, you gotta sit down, sit on the sidewalk. I said, sit on the side. I said, who? Almost lost consciousness, you heard? I was gonna get arrested that night. I said, who the F you telling to sit on the sidewalk like I'm a kid? Like, you bugging out? And I started approaching the police. CK held me back. Oh, the K, chill out. Now I guess he know him. You heard? I guess he know him. Yeah, he told him to sit on the sidewalk. You sit on the sidewalk. I lay you on the sidewalk. Like, these cops is bugged out. Like, they told me to sit on the sidewalk. Literally, everybody standing up. They say I'm little. They think I'm the little dude. Yo, you sit on the sidewalk. You heard? That right there twisted me. Ask CK. I told you who. I started approaching him like I was going to swear. I was like, yo, who you telling to sit on the sidewalk? Who you talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, CK held me back. I was like, all right, yeah, he's bugged out. CK's like telling the police, nah, he good. So, you know, this dude telling me to sit on the sidewalk. I'm sitting on the sidewalk. Everybody's standing up. You heard? But anyway, they let us go. We got in the truck, boom. And I told CK, I said, yeah, I think you should change. Call Flip. Call Flip, tell him change that, man. You not in the right mind. No, Wildcat not in the right mind. You shouldn't do this, right? Don't do this now. Don't come up there looking ugly like that right now. We should change it around now. Nah, we good. And sure enough, we go up there. And I didn't know. This is very embarrassing to say this. This is very embarrassing to say this about Stack Stone. Like, that was the most disgusting character the most disgusting character you can give is when you go to a reporter and tell them to ask you questions that you want to answer. That's not real. That's not real. You went up there and you told G Money, yo, don't forget to ask me this question. Don't forget to ask me